Hi, welcome to the Workspace Tour for the week of May 19th to May 22nd. All right, this week we're still in the same workspace from last week. So the students still have access to their badges and they're encouraged to keep giving themselves badges as they complete their work. I hope they find that motivating. I'm going to try something different this week. We're going to do a Google Meet, but instead of actually having any planned activities, I'm just going to have office hours from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. So if any of the students have any questions about their math or some of their poetry assignments, they can hop on for 5 minutes or for the entire hour. It's totally up to them. But I'll be open for questions. As usual, if the students can keep giving their opinion on what's going on in the workspace, it's really helping me with planning what we're doing each week. Our website is here. I keep updating it with all the work that we're doing, so please check it out. This week in religion, we're learning about Jesus and how he was spreading love. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be spreading love and happiness by writing letters. So I have a little slideshow here for the students to learn about Jesus and how he spread his message about love, and then how we're going to do it. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be writing a letter to a resident of a seniors community. So the students can do it two ways. They can handwrite their letter, and then I've included the addresses of two seniors residences that are near our community that they can just mail it themselves. And then in the workspace, they can just upload a picture of the letter that they mailed on their own. Or they can use, I've included some St. Jerome letterhead here if they would like to write a longer letter. Or I've also included this Google slide, so a shorter note. And what I'll do with these two is I will print them myself and drop them off. So I think that'll be a really nice thing for the students to do. All right. In language this week, we're continuing on with poetry. And then, of course, when they're finished writing their poem of the week, they could still work on the 100-word challenge. That seems to be really popular. And 6 Minutes, the podcast, is very popular as well. And I've still included the virtual book club. I have included something totally new to the workspace for poetry, and it's really cool. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at poetry around the world, and we're going to be using Google Earth. And it's such a cool thing. So I made a scavenger hunt. Well, first I made a little screencast showing the kids how to use Google Earth. And then their task is to go around on this voyage. And there's all these questions that they have to find. And then they have to do a screenshot of each place. And I've taught them how to do a screenshot here. So if they go here, the link, it'll take them to Google Earth, and it's an already made voyage, and it takes them to different sites around the world of poetry. So they just have to navigate through, and it'll automatically take them in, and it's really cool. So in the workspace, I have a little tutorial on how to use Google Earth, and I think they're really going to enjoy it. It's really cool. So that's poetry. And then they're to continue their own learning on the different forms of poetry. And then they're working on their own poetry anthology. So nobody should be submitting this yet because they're doing one poem a week and they're supposed to write 4 poems. All right. In math this week, we have a really cool warm-up. And it's just kind of going back to their prior knowledge on decimals, and they can choose one or both of these problems. This one is a multiplication problem, and they're just to use digits 1 to 9, fill in the boxes. And if they double click on the box, then they can type on it. And they're trying to get the greatest possible value. So just using digits 1 to 9. This one is just using digits 1 to 9 and adding, and they're trying to get as close to 1 as possible. So that's our warm up this week. They just have to pick a slide, put their name on it, and then go ahead. Then we're continuing our learning on data management this week. And we're going to be looking at continuous line graphs, and we're looking at different types of data. So you can see here, they're going to be making conclusions about some data, parts of the graph, and they're looking at different types of data. So it's very interactive. They should have lots to do here. And then what we're going to be doing, the actual assignment, is they're actually going to be making their own continuous line graph. Here is their task. They can either do their own experiment, so on something where they can collect continuous data, or if they just scroll down, I've given them a whole bunch of data that they could just use if they don't feel like making an experiment. And then in here, they're going to use Google Sheets again, and they're going to record all their data here and then make the graph in Google Sheets. Then they're going to add their work to this Google Doc. So they're going to add their sheet, and then they're going to start making conclusions about it. There's lots of extra cool stuff if they're bored. Although the weather looks so great this week, I doubt that I will see many kids doing this. But they can practice Google Draw by making themselves a potato. These ones are really great. They're slow reveal graphs, so as they answer the questions, it'll make a picture for them. So as they answer, more of the graph comes in, as you can see. So that's kind of cool. And then that is it. I'm going to put some other fast finisher activities for math, links to Knowledge Hook and Mathletics. But other than that, I'm so impressed by the work ethic of these kids. So if anyone has any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to send me an email or a remind message. And I look forward to talking to you.